guys, we're starting off today's video once again stealing parts off of the white car, and I just keep stealing parts between the two Galaxies all the time. I realized that I don't have a ground strap in between the block and the body on my F100, which I have a good feeling is why every single time I turn my headlights on or put any sort of electronic load, the motor runs like crap. So I didn't even realize I took it off because I have like a super nasty ground strap. Took it off, never put a new one on, been driving around like that. Probably fix that before we go drive it. So I'm gonna go and fix that real quick. Alright, we got our new ground strap in the back there, you can see. I got my intake grounded to the cab of the truck, which is good. I didn't have that before. I should, or I did have it before, but not, you know, after I rebuilt the motor. So I'm gonna fire this thing up, see if it runs right. Well, it's still breaking up. I don't know why. It's got an electrical issue. Every time, I mean, it's very cold-blooded when it's cold, but when you turn the headlights on, for whatever reason, any sort of electronic load, it just starts to break up really bad. I tested it a couple times while it was warming up. You might have heard it. But yeah, it's still running like crap, so that kind of sucks. But it runs good enough. It's just I can't, you know, use my headlights. So that's kind of a bummer. Can't really drive it at night, but oh well, not too big of a deal. We'll just keep on trucking, I guess. All right, you guys, well, I think I got it good enough for now. I just gotta figure out that electrical issue. It's just cutting power for some weird reason, so I'll figure that out. But for now, I just wanna go put some miles on this thing, hopefully start getting it broken in a little bit. And pretty sure I need gas, so I should probably go to the gas station, so. good. I think I'm definitely gonna have to put a catch can setup on this motor just because of what it's doing. Put the dual plane back on this thing, because getting a single plane to run right is a little bit tricky. I definitely need a bigger carburetor. That's like not even a question. This truck needs a 650. It's got a 600 on it. It's a dual feed mechanical secondary. It's a race carburetor, but it's just too small. I need to jet it up or get a 650 or something like that. But it drives around okay. I just want to start putting miles on it. I mean, you can see I literally on this tank of gas have 24, right at 24 miles. 24 miles and I went through a tank of gas because I was just starting it in my driveway. I can't even believe that thing went through that much gas that quickly. Yeah, it's got a lean stumble for sure, so I gotta figure that out. This is definitely my, so far, longest drive. Feels pretty good. Yeah, got anything about past 3,500 with this thing. Oh yeah. This thing wants to party. I give it a little bit too much sauce there. How much is it? Ah, $3.79. Oh my god. 1 gallon, almost $4. Great. Yeah. 47 bucks for 12 gallons. That's ridiculous. Just want to check everything real quick. Any oil in it? Yep. Fuck. A little bit, not a lot. It's definitely getting on the firewall a little bit, but everything looks good. Why is this thing holding fuel pressure? It should not be holding fuel pressure. I don't know why it's doing that. Tightness. Yeah, everything else looks good. Cool. Let's keep on trucking. Alright guys, we're going to take a break real quick in the video because we're going to talk about something that's incredibly important that's not sponsored. It has to do with you and being able to drive your own car on the street. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, if you're on any sort of social media platform, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, you've probably heard of the EPA and the RPM Act clashing right now. Now, I'm not going to give you a full rundown on what the RPM Act and the EPA is trying to do and all the details about it. There's a bunch of videos I can link below that you guys can check out if you want to learn more. But basically, the gist of it is EPA and the RPM Act are clashing together because the EPA basically wants to tell us that we cannot turn are street legal Ford, Chevy, Dodge, whatever manufactured vehicles into race cars, even if they are never driven on the street to begin with. Which, if you could guess, that basically destroys, you know, almost 100% of motorsports, because unless you're into like F1 cars or cars that weren't designed purely for racing, almost every single race program besides NASCAR, IndyCar, and stuff like that starts off with a street legal vehicle. So if you're just like a lot of guys like me who like just going to the drag strip for fun, souping up your car, putting some upgrades on it, not breaking the law. I mean, I have a pre-emission car, I can do what I want to it and take it into the drag strip and have fun. I'm not trying to hurt the environment by any means. I'm not this massive Volkswagen diesel plant that just destroys the environment, but I'm just a guy and my friends having fun with a car. That's one singular thing, and that's a hobby that we have, that passion that we enjoy. And you want to protect this hobby and continue to do it and hopefully share it with your kid. I'd love to share this hobby with my kids when I have kids one day. I would absolutely be devastated if this hobby was taken away from me and all my cars and all my money and all my passion I put into my entire life at 22 years old gets taken from me. There's guys that are 3 times as old as me that have way more into this hobby than I do that would be absolutely devastated. So how can you help? Go down in the description of my video, click the link. I'll have it in the first row so you guys know where to click on it, and contact your representative. Basically, you fill out the form with your information, click send, and basically that will send your message to your representative so they can push the RPM Act to get passed. The RPM Act basically protects our ability to turn street legal cars into race cars and continue to do what we do. And one of the biggest things the EPA is trying to do is get rid of the aftermarket community, or companies, or aftermarket market, if you want to call it that. So people that make blowers, superchargers, nitrous, basically Summit Racing goes bye-bye in this sense. That's kind of what they're saying. And if you're like me, you get 3 or 4 packages a week from places like that, so you don't want them to go away. Plus, you'd like to be able to put a blower, a supercharger, or whatever on your car when you can afford it. Well, if you don't already have one, you're kind of screwed at that point. And if you do, you can't drive it on the street. So like I said, this is not sponsored. This is incredibly important that you guys take action. Go down in the description of this video, click the link, fill it out with your information, send it to your representative, and hopefully get this RPM back passed so we can protect our race cars. Still getting an engine noise of some sort. I don't know what it is. My trip, so I know when I get to 500 miles I can start trying to blow it up, so that's cool. Oh, I'm at 3rd. I was like, why is this thing like lugging so hard? Breaking up a little bit. So no matter what, when I give it wide open throttle, that's still not adequate like ignition power. So this thing already feels twice as fast as the old motor, which it should. It makes double the power, but ignition's definitely not running the way it should. So difficult for me not to just stab the throttle. You have no idea how difficult this is. If you know me, I literally floor my truck every single time I drive it, and I bang into rev limiter every single time I drive it. So this is like the most difficult thing in the world for me to comprehend, not try to beat on my truck. It's like I intentionally want to blow it up every single time I drive it. I've always had a death wish to kill this thing. Now let's go this way. Screw it. That was 3,000 RPMs, oh my goodness. I gotta set up another GoPro. I need more GoPros. I wanna set up a foot cam and I wanna set up with a tack so you guys can watch my RPM gauge a little bit closer. Because once I actually get this thing, you know, tuned out, I see no reason why we can't rev it past 6 grand. The old motor revved to 55 and it didn't like it. This one wants to rev higher than 5, no problem. I mean, if I really tried, I think I have the valve train to go to 7 grand, but I don't have the bottom end. So I'll probably max this thing out about 6,200 and I'll shift it at 6 grand, but yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be driving this thing again. That's what I'm most happy about. I just wanted to drive it around with you guys, because a lot of you guys were telling me you like the driving stuff. In my eyes, I was like, wow, I didn't think a lot of guys liked watching me just drive my truck around, but apparently you guys do. So I'm happy. I like driving my truck around and showing you guys. Roll the window down so you guys can really hear how loud this thing is. I mean, any throttle at all. This thing just screams. The good thing is the disc brakes are working pretty good. You guys realize I did that 73 spindle conversion on the front, so that came out pretty good. Seems like everything's working the way it should. If I could just keep the freaking oil in the engine, I'd be so much happier. So I think I might get a different, or put a different set of valve covers on just for the time being. You can hear that faint little knock. I don't know if it's a lifter again or what. I don't know. Difficult. I can't even put it into words. I understand if I do beat on my truck initially and I break it, I'm gonna have to pull the motor and set everything back a bunch of months and end up spending another $2,000 just to get the machine work done on the engine. So I don't want to. I'm trying so hard not to do it. I gotta keep my cool. Oh jeez. I'm trying to just take some laps on this road that I'm on because it's nice and flat. And nobody really drives on it, so felt this truck pull so hard. It's so weird. Never. It's just such a weird feeling to me. I'd love to go over to the airstrip right now, but I don't think that's possible, to be honest.
Why is it spicy?
So spicy. Alright, I'm gonna chill. I'm sorry. I just get carried away sometimes, you know? Yeah, it doesn't like 5th gear, but I'm not surprised. 1500 and give it any throttle, it starts to hesitate a lot. I have a feeling that's the small carburetor and the single plane intake, so I'm not surprised. Other than that, everything else feels great. Yeah, Vulture. You can hear it just come on. So it really turns on at like 2,500, but you don't feel the power till 35. And it's like a power band on a 2-stroke motorcycle. It just comes on out of nowhere. You can hold your foot at a certain position. Once you get to that RPM, this thing just takes off. And it's cool because I've never really driven a stick shift single plane. We're gonna put a lightweight flywheel in this thing so it really has that race car and feel, but so far it feels pretty good. I think I might drive through McDonald's. I don't know. Kind of tempted. Oh, thank you for pulling out right in front of me. I don't know what that is. God, that bugs the hell out of me. It sounds like another rocker arm came loose, but I know that's not what happened because I adjusted them 4 times. And when you take the valve cover off and cycle through them all, they're all still tight. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Either I'm just really bad at valve adjustments or what. I don't know. It's weird. Shop real quick, make an appointment because it's right here, so I might as well. All right, cool. Got a little appointment to get the alignment set on this thing. I just wanted to get it done because they have the machine that holds the wheel straight because my wheel's been crooked, and I actually know because I don't have toe plates, and it's only like 80 bucks, 60 bucks, whatever it is. So. Ooh. Exhaust hanger rattling again. I really should probably fix those before I crack the headers. See, now the noise is gone. And it idles fine. It's like when I'm driving it and then I come to an idle stop, then it starts making a ticking noise. But right now it's gone. So I don't know what the heck that noise is. Yeah, this thing's definitely running really weird. I got an electrical issue. I could feel it like misfiring almost. Which is weird. Downshifts, I sound like such a it sounds like I'm really trying to get on it, but I just touch the throttle and it's just so violent. The interesting thing is it's not backfiring at all. So normally when it used to run pretty rich, obviously it would backfire a lot on decel. Right now it's not, and I'm getting a hesitation and sometimes a lean pop through the carburetor. I mean, that's just traditional of a single plane, but it's definitely leading me to believe I got a pretty small carburetor on this thing. My old high school. I used to tear that high school up in this piece of junk. I don't know what the hell that noise is. Is it like a flywheel or a flex plate or something? Ah, it bugs the hell. It sounds like a rocker arm. That's what bugs the shit out of me. Whatever. Those cars are in my way. I'm actually curious. Okay, so it's off. So I just shut it off. If I go fuel. Okay, yeah, still makes a noise. Alright guys, well there you have it. I hope you guys went on to enjoy today's video. I sure enjoyed driving my truck again. That makes me feel good. I apologize that I can't just fully rip this thing yet as much as I want to. I don't want to blow it up and I don't want to break it. I don't want to have any metal on metal contact that I don't want yet. So I'm going to take it easy for a little bit. But I'm going to try to break it out and break it in off camera a little bit more so I can get the miles on it. So hopefully I can have a video coming up pretty soon where we get it on the dyno and I can actually start ripping on this thing a little bit and get it tuned right. I have a little bit of wiring work we're going to do probably in an upcoming video. I got to delete the voltage regulator harness and all that junk. I got a bunch of wiring I got to fix. But other than that, it runs really great. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did go on to enjoy. I know you guys like this raw driving stuff, so like the video if you did enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. For now, I'm gonna get cracking on these two cars. I'll see you guys then. Bye guys.